Have you ever thought it possible to raise capital for a business without collateral? In this video and many other videos on this platform, on this channel, I get to share many of the ways in which you could raise capital without any collateral. I know for a lot of people, they think they are stuck actually in running their ideas because they think they don't have any collateral. And possibly where you've been through, you've always been asked for collateral. But if you stick around, you will see how it can be easy for you to raise capital for any idea or for a business for that matter. So now, I remember in 2019 when I was in real estate as a real estate consultant, I needed to add income. I needed to increase on my income. So I thought to myself, how else could I achieve this? How else could I increase my income? So the other way in which you could increase income is to have another stream of income, to add another stream of income. So as I was thinking, I realized that we had a lot of power cuts in that city. So this now seemed like an opportunity for me to do business by supplying solar lights. So then I started searching for the product. I started searching where I could find solar lights that were a bit cheaper, that when I would bring them, I would be able to sell at a profit. And then I started searching online. And then I found one supplier who was based in China at the time. In fact, they are still based in China even up to now. Then we spoke about how we could do the business. And then I decided, okay, since I didn't know this company, I thought maybe it was wise for me to first get some samples. And then from those samples, I'll be able to see how the light performed and also get to test the light in many other ways, in many other areas, to see if it was really value for the money that they were charging for the solar lights. Then we agreed that I would first get the samples. So I took money from my commission in real estate as a consultant. I took some money and then I bought some solar lights, which got me started in this solar light business. Now you can tell that you could use money. A lot of people underestimate money that they get through their salaries. They think it is not enough for them to start on a project. But let me just say this thing before I continue with my story. You must not despise the humble beginnings. You must not despise humble beginnings. And sometimes you have to allow yourself to start small and then grow with time. Keep your vision, keep your bigger vision. And starting small does not mean you have a small vision, but it's just a way of starting. So I started off that small. And then I continued making some orders of these solar lights. And then people that I showed these lights to, they were excited about the product. They were happy with the product because it was so bright. It was very bright. It was good for outdoor activities, and it was also good for indoor activities. So it was that bright. It was a good product, a very good product. So I continued to sell the solar lights, and then that's how I started my solar light business as another source of income, another stream that was open now for me. And then I continued. So I made some orders a couple of times, to such an extent that in the process, I was developing a good relationship with the supplier of these solar lights back there in China. So now, with that relationship having been developed, there was a time now I thought maybe I should grow. I should grow from where I was. So I thought it was wise for me to open a shop. And then I looked for a place where we could use as a shop that would sell those solar lights. And then we found one in the CBD. But now I didn't have money now for me to make an order of stocks that were sufficient for me to be able to put in that shop. So what did I do? I thought, okay, let me contact this supplier of mine. I contacted the supplier, told them about my idea, that I wanted to open a shop in town, but then I didn't have enough money at the time for me to make a huge orders that I would put in the shop. So he looked at my records. And then he noticed that I've been buying from him a lot often, in as much as I was buying small quantities, but I was buying that consistently. And I would make payments first, and then they'll ship the order after I would have made the payment first. So they looked at that, and then looking at the relationship that we had developed, they thought, okay, they were ready to take that risk. They agreed to it. So they decided to ship some stocks on credit. That's how I increased on my credit. And then looking at this scenario already, that's another way in which you can raise capital. I must highlight that a lot of people now, they are so fixed on the money aspect of things, yet it is not the money that they are looking for. It is not the money that they want. As a matter of fact, sometimes you'll be in need of an asset, sometimes you'll be in need of stocks. So like in my case, I needed some stocks. So now I had to get some stocks instead of me going out there and looking for money that I would then use to buy some stocks. I just thought, okay, let me go straight to the supplier and then speak with them, and from there I'll be able to make a deal that I will get what I needed. So that's the lesson that you must also have. You need, as a matter of fact, before you start looking for capital, it is very important. It is very important for you to first identify what are your capital needs. Why do you need the capital? What do you need it for? So now, with that in mind, you have a broadened perspective. You have a broadened, actually, you broaden up your options. Instead of you having to go out there looking for money, suppose you need some stocks that are worth, say, for example, 10,000 United States dollars. You are not really fixed on raising the 10,000 US dollars as a matter of fact, but you have an option of either raising the money itself or getting the stocks, which is exactly what you wanted. So it can be anything that you're looking for. Don't fix your eyes on getting the money. You may lose on certain opportunities. You may actually narrow your options. You may end up not getting the money, and that's how a lot of people are not getting capital. Because whenever you are thinking of money, then the issue of collateral comes into play in many instances, because that's how it works. But when you also look at the option of getting exactly what you want, like in the sense of, say, if you need some stocks, you may use your relationship as collateral, and that's how you can raise money. But then, as I continued to trade these stocks, I then came to a point whereby the business was not growing as I anticipated. I thought maybe if I would get a lot of stock and then I'll be able, running in a shop, it would be very easy for me to grow the business. But I did not consider the issue of rentals. I did not consider the operational costs. I did not properly do my costing, which is another mistake that a lot of people do. They forgot, they are excited about raising capital for a business, but they do that without actually calculating the costs that are involved, the overheads that are involved. So now costing is also an important thing. So now it became more expensive for me to run the shop, because the price for the solar is the margins that I've been enjoying when I didn't have a shop. They were small margins, but then it was more profitable in the sense that I didn't have additional costs in terms of rentals and the salaries for the shop employee, for the person who was in the shop. So it is important now for you to consider those things as you are looking for capital. And this is one question that a lot of people cannot answer whenever they're asked, what are your costs like? How is your costing like? What are your profits like? How do you, because without costing, it will be difficult for you to calculate your profit in a way that is accurate. And you find that even if you thought you were making some profits, then you won't realize the profitability of it. Every time you want to make some orders, you have to look for money that you could use to to get some stock. But as long as you've done your costing, you know how much you need to charge for your products. When you know how much to charge for your products, then your business will be successful. So these are some of the things then that I missed later on, which became the hard part of running the business, because I didn't have the knowledge at the time, which now I have. The knowledge which now I have. And right, so you can see that raising capital on its own may not really be a big issue, but it is about maintaining and keeping your business. It is about how you can run your business. And I will make other videos. Actually, I have other videos already whereby I speak about how you can maintain your business, because raising capital is one thing, but raising capital that grows your business, that actually grows your business, is what exactly you need. You need capital that's going to grow your business. For whatever reason, you need the capital, whether it's to pay salaries or for whatever the reason, because there are many reasons as to why someone would need to raise capital. There are many other videos that I'm going to make to address such issues, but for this one, I just wanted to show you that you can raise capital and start even small. And when you start small, consistently, even your suppliers will be able to tell that you are a person who's worth dealing with. It develops trust, you can grow trust, and with that kind of a relationship, you will be able to raise capital anytime you need it. So I just want to leave you with that information, and hopefully it's going to help you. Don't despise humble beginnings. As long as you have a bigger vision, you can even start small and then grow that vision.